So please give a round of applause to Colorifics, the winners of the Wide Impact Startup Showcase 2023. Now, I'd like to welcome Nora Eslander, who's going to tell you a bit more about Colorifics. Congratulations, Nora. Over to you.
Thank you. What a nice way to end this amazing day, and thank you so much to the judges and the team for having us. So, it's my honor to introduce you to the colorful world of colorifics. We are the world's first entirely biological process for how to create, fix, and deposit pigments onto textiles, completely replacing all harsh and toxic chemicals. And now our technology might sound very advanced, but our goal is very simple. We want to create color in a natural way, just like it's done in nature. And if you're zooming out and looking into the problem to why the company was founded and what we're setting out to solve for, it's become fairly known the issues that the fashion industry is causing our planet. What's less known is how big a part the chemical processing and the manufacturing of chemicals in the fashion industry actually is. It's estimated about 1/4 of the global chemicals produced are actually used within the fashion industry. So it goes to show just how big the issue is that we're looking at. But our journey started pretty far away from what you might think of when you think about the fashion industry. Our founders, the gentleman over here, went to Nepal to work on a water quality project, looking at monitoring the contaminants in the water. And while they were there, they started talking to the local community and the people about where these contaminants came from. And they received the same answer over and over again, the disturbing one that you don't want to hear. But it's because of fashion, it's because of the fashion industry. So instead of just monitoring the problem, they went back to the UK and they started figuring out a way to solve it. In 2016, they founded Colorifics, and in 2018, they filed for the first patent. And if we zoom into our specific technology and what it is that we do, we start off by going into nature and finding a color that we like, a color of interest. But instead of extracting it from nature, we look at the DNA messaging. So we basically go online, we go into the databases, we find the DNA, and we pick out the specific pigment or the messaging producing that pigment that we want. We then engineer microbes to produce the same pigment in the same way. We grow them through fermentation, and we put all this dye liquid into existing machinery, so standard dyeing machinery used in textiles today, and we apply it to yarn, fabric, or to end garments. So this is our technology, and the business model is fairly simple. We want to change the existing system with our technology. We produce the pigment, we develop the colors, we install the fermenters at our customers' site so that they can buy the pigment, they grow how much they need for running their production, and they apply it to the garment, sell it to the brands. It sounds simple, it's a lot of work behind it. But if you look at impact, it goes way beyond just environmental impact, right? And that's also something that's been with Colorifics from the very start. We want to go beyond our environmental savings, and we want to look at the social aspect and the financial aspect of this kind of solution. So this is an LCA that we did with a third party looking at our product, comparing it to conventional dyeing of a polycotton fabric. And as you can see, the environmental savings are massive. So that goes to show that we have that one figured out. When it comes to the cost side, on the pigment side, we're working on getting cost competitive, but this also shows that the energy savings and the water savings for our customers is another incentive for them in terms of cost reduction. And lastly, as I mentioned, the social aspect of it. Since we're implementing our technology on the site and within the existing customers and the mills, we're not displacing any jobs, we're retraining them to make use of our technology instead. And as I touched on in the beginning, this is not a small task we're taking on. It's not a small industry. It's a fairly large and very complex supply chain. And as I mentioned, we're working directly with the customers, so the dye houses and the mills around the world. We're currently active on 3 different sites here in Europe, and we're implementing in Southeast Asia beginning next year as well. So we've had product in stores for consumers to buy, but of course this is only the beginning of our journey and what we're setting out to do. So that was a brief introduction to what we do. And as I said, it sounds very advanced. It is advanced, but our mission will always be simple, and that's to create a better future for everyone. And I want to thank the judges again. I want to thank the whole team for arranging the event. I'm really excited to go back to the team because what I'm doing presenting here, it's the easiest job in the world, but what they're doing is having real impact. So thank you so much, and thank you for listening.